Concord Esports Gray Squad. Let's take a look at that. There you go. Take a look at them now. We got Sura, we got Smiley, and we got Wasd Taylor.
Was Taylor? Yeah, Taylor. Yep, Concord Esports. Yep, a solid roster, you know, coming in as that third seed from the A Division. UNC obviously taking the first seed. And with a 5-2 record, they are definitely a strong roster, definitely going to give UNCW a run for their money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Seahawks squad here. Squad out of Wilmington, North Carolina. We got Dripton, we got Reticle, not Reticle, but Reticle, and we got Rift. Right, Rift right there. The Y is not pronounced. Got senior freshmen, two freshmen, excuse me, all over this squad. So a very evenly matched, dispersed years, I should say, in their college careers right now. Coming hot off of a 3-2 victory against Southern Miss Gold. Once again, folks. And we are back, we are ready, and we are live, folks. UNCW, University out of North Carolina, Seahawks doing battle against Concord Gray. Reticle on board right now. Over to the outside, trying to receive a pass. This is going to be continued on the momentum there. Now Reticle trying to get this one out to the middle, down bottom. Concord gets us out of the bread box.
And immediately, you can already tell that these teams have a very defined play style in mind for each other. You can see those rotations are a bit more awkward than you would expect, but also they're working out really well in order to sustain the pressure on each other. Concord, Tay trying to pass that back, but it's going to be a follow-up from Reticle, almost on net, but Sura able to make a good save for the first minute of this matchup. Demos coming out from the UNCW side, and it's going to leave a bit of open space. Reticle trying to take that shot. It's Smiley off that rebound now on the possession, going on the 50, high off the backboard, gets the corner, might be a shot opportunity. Bumps coming in, whiffs coming in, shot, center, but light touch, not able to put that on net.
Smiley with a frown on right now after that one was not able to be centered up appropriately. Dripton, though, nicely done, and the Seahawks give it right back to him after some solid Concord Esports Gray offensive pressure.
Oh, what a smart touch right there. Just getting the fake light touch. The defender expecting for that banger up to that top left, but the light touch right behind the defender is exactly what UNCW needed for this first goal lead. 3:33 left on the clock and 1 for the UNCW side. And now it's going to be Rift on the possession up in the air. Gets a good 50 into the corner with Concord, but it's going to be Sura with the clear to the midfield. Reticle able to get that interception ready for Rift. Shot on target, up on the top net, top banger for Rift.
Nicely done here. Off the ceiling as Rift just puts this one right on in over a couple of different Concord members there, and now a little bit of wiggle room purchase for the Seahawks squad.
2-goal lead. That is a little bit of wiggle room, Mr. Tugboat over here. And now back onto their own corner, just going to try to take this a bit slower, keeping that possession close to them, not wanting to give Concord as much space as they need to get that offensive pressure. It's going to be Reticle trying to pass that out mid, but Sura able to take it over one, gets bumped though, sent to the other side. It's Tay trying to get the 50, but it stalls out into the corner.
We'll see how this goes here, and if the possession is able to be maintained across a low roller, and Smiley gets there in the nick of time. Reticle slowing this one down at least a little bit as Dripton puts it out to the left side. No possession retained, but at least stop the bleeding, hemorrhaging for right now. A little of a back hit right there, now off the wall. This player's trying to come out here for Concord Esports Gray and get something beautiful going.
Bit awkward for everyone there in that corner. Shot almost on net, saved by Reticle in the back post. And now Concord Esports putting a bit of more pressure on UNCW. As soon as I say that, that's a clear towards the net, almost on. Smiley has to race back for that save. But with a 2-goal lead, actually make that 3. Rift wants to just prove me wrong here. With the 3-goal lead, UNCW is looking like a strong team to beat. Nothing really able to be broken down here in terms of their defensive pressure. It's just been all UNCW.
Yeah, that was Tay that was trying to just hang out in goal a little bit, maybe even predict where this one was going to go, but a high-powered offense like the Seahawks just able to really just charge through that one after a barrage of shots onto this goal. One of them's finally got to make it in. Rift Puts this decently centered. Tay almost gets a handle on this one, but the shot is not true. No fourth goal for the Seahawks.
That would have been an insane dunk, luckily being saved by Tay right here. Tay trying to keep on that pressure. A little bit of an awkward back pass from Rift. This is going to bounce high. An opportunity for Smiley, but Rift is the one who beats it. Riddicle back to Rift into the midfield. Tries to get over one, but it's Tay with the insane shutdown, sending it back to the Seahawks corner. And now off the back where this might be a high shot, close. Almost on net, but now Concord Esports back on their own defensive side, trying to pass that down to Driptane, not able to get a shot, but it's Reticle with the clear, trying to keep that on the orange side.
Speaking of Concord, now in a 1 minute drill here, Rift, man, Sura was looking great to bring this one out, but Rift, that's a pretty good redirect. It's way high, and now Dripton gets a handle on it and sends it even higher and farther away. A decent little centering attempt there for Concord Gray, but nothing really doing so far. Goose Egg shows in their side of the scoreline so far.
This is definitely one of those game one matchups where it doesn't seem like each team is playing at their full potential. They're really just trying to poke the bear, you know, just trying to figure out what exactly these teams are trying to do and how they play together. Good save coming out from Smiley off his own net, but now it's going to be Reticle with a little bit of a possession. A demo coming out. Smiley actually gets it, but it's still awkward. Sura has to make a light touch to the save. Driptane trying to put on that pressure. Reticle now with the shot on target, but with 8 seconds left, it's going to be near impossible for Concord to really take back this game one, and the Seahawks should be able to go 1-0 in this series, and they do.
Everybody I was talking to these players in between these matches and seeing exactly what went wrong and what went right. For Concord, honestly, it's a pretty long list. It's a pretty long list. Yeah. But the thing, good news is they figure it out on the kickoff right there. I was going to say, but it seemed like they have figured it out even with just a small amount of time. This also comes off the back of Dripton not really getting it clear at all. This is more just like lobbing this one up for the spike down score. Concord spends 5 minutes and 11 seconds, I guess, in a scoreless kind of situation. Rectifies that error early on in game number 2.
Yeah, and it was just Concord able to find that second man right in the right place at the right time for the open net, and mistakes are inevitable in Rocket League, and Concord's aware of that. They're ready to capitalize on those UNCW mistakes. That puts a lot of pressure onto the Seahawks to be perfect when it comes to the plays that they're trying to execute. Dripton trying to do just that. A 50, that's going to be off the backboard. It's Tay with the beat, 0 boost, that's going to be free for sure, maybe off the flick. A Reticle shutting that down instantly. High hit towards the midfield, a pass back, some demos coming out. Sura gets rid of Dripton on the net, and it goes straight into Tay's lap with that possession. A good little fake coming out now, maybe around Driptane. This is mid, second man trying to keep that up on the backboard. It's rifting that back to the corner, and now Concord is pressing on. Quick shot coming out. It might be a second one, and Reticle is there off the back post, able to make the save.
Dude, just absolute automatic shots coming out here for Concord. Another takeaway, maybe it's a little bit of positioning here. Sura has to come all the way back for a little bit of boost on that and take its beat north side. So nothing doing right there as the demos continue to come out. This is a game beats one and gets it past the second. This Reticle is on point.
Yeah, Tay had faith, but Reticle had a bit more. Just gets the fake with Smiley, gets the 50, and Tay not able to read that in time. Tie game for the Seahawks here and Concord for their playoff hopes. If this is the series they need to win, they're going to need to pull out something insane. Rift trying to look for that, but it's Tay shining them down with the instant clear back into the Seahawks corner on the blue side, and now Dripton with a little bit of space to work with here. A good 50 into the corner here, might be a good center opportunity. A fast save coming out. Tay sending that back down to the Seahawks.
Yeah, and this has been some really cross-pitch shots, a whole lot the past minute or so. I think both of these teams are kind of pensive of even getting out of their own defensive thirds. See, Reticle literally just came in just to pick up boost and went for it. Now, this was the wise decision, but you saw all of the teammates immediately following along and then go for, obviously coordinated double demos. The Seahawks here just have an overall really complete game plan, and I think Concord's more playing that reactive type of game mode.
And if it works for them, it works, you know? Like, having that reactive playstyle isn't necessarily bad. But what you have to understand is that with that reactive playstyle, the Seahawks have that opportunity to really lock you down on your mistakes. If you make a mistake, that means that your reaction time wasn't quick enough to respond to the Seahawks' offensive plan. And so if the Seahawks are able to recognize that type of reactionary playstyle, they're going to have a lot of open net opportunities just like that one. Reticle puts it in with a 2-1 lead.
I don't even know if this was like an honest... Yeah, okay, so this was an honest shot attempt there from Reticle, but... or excuse me, from Rift, but Reticle is in the perfect positioning. Like, after giving ball over, just switches completely over to the left side of this pitch and is in a perfect follow-up position for that goal. Lead back attained here for the Seahawks. I can't call it short-lived, even if it was a minor, minor lead. A lead of only one there by Concord, purchased early, but still, they're going to be trying to get this one back with plenty of time to do it.
Good 50 in the midfield. 2 go, though, for Concord, and that's going to completely stall out that offensive opportunity. Sorry, it's going straight in there, but Reticle is able to get the flick. Second 50, though, not perfect for the UNC Seahawks, but Rift should be able to keep that possession. It's going to be Tay, though, off the backboard. A bit of a fake there. Rift tries to get the 50. Dripton goes for the fake. Sura gets the whiff, though. That's not... Fortunately, not going to be into their net. Driptane able to sustain that pressure. Concord just trying to find their breakaway opportunity right now, and it looks like that's a monster clear towards the Seahawks side. This might be just that for them.
Rift way high up. Okay, so that's a wise decision, meeting him there as well. Both of them going to have to purchase some extra flight tickets for next time. Nicely done to interrupt the defense, and Smiley in the TSM car. Rockets in the second one for a tying factor. Yeah, Driptane right there was just put out of position. Reticle was relying on the teammate and did not anticipate the offender coming in for the physical play. Fantastic one drawn up here for Concord in a tying position we're back at.
Yeah, run and interference has seemed to be the go-to play for Concord so far. You know, you just kind of want to put on pressure, confuse the defenders on where exactly they need to go and who they need to be looking at. And now it's Tay off the possessive, gets it around 2, but it's Driptane immediately with the response back into the corner. And there's that physical play you wanted to see. Tay coming out with some demos onto the UNC Seahawks side, gives his teammate just a little bit of space right here. And now Sura with a good possession, but it's going to be a bit too far. Reticle almost with a great touch, but it's Smiley off that rebound.
Almost right there. Tay kind of letting indecision get in the way right there. Like, do I go up and try and put it back to center for a teammate? Do I go for an honest shot attempt? One way or the other, you know, possession went the way of the Seahawks, and now we're looking at them coming in and racketing in a couple different scoring opportunities. Dripton! Oh, not inside, not inside! Okay, the follow-up is there. Yeah. Follow-up is there. Dripton, that's 1 goal, 1 shot, 1 assist, and 1 save. That was Mr. Runo.
That was a pretty close shot, unfortunately. Just a bit too far right. You had Dripton come in there last second for the follow-up, which is exactly what you need. 12 seconds left. Feel a bit aggressive. You're in that tie game. And you also have that buffer room of having both one game in the series and having the best-of-7 format go in your favor. This might be a second opportunity for the UNCW, but now it's Tay off the flick, trying to keep this ball alive. Just a bit too fast of a hit, but no one's going to be there. Keeping up that pressure, keeping up those team plays, even when they're down, even when the game is tied, even when it feels like this play is stalling out, they still feel confident in each other to keep going on, to keep trusting that second man rebound, you know, and that's exactly what they need to keep this up. This is a good 50 opportunity for Rift, but Tay gets the better end of the stick, tries to go for the musty, but gets the dunk instead into the midfield, and now it's Shura trying to get it. A good fake coming up from Rift. How did he get bumped there? That's kind of a crazy opportunity. Driptane light shot shut down by Tay to the right side.
Yeah, this is more just like creating pressure. I think that Driptane realized that players were set up in positions to go forth and really get something going offensively against their own team. So makes sense, just put this up, force them to field it, force them to block it, and then get it on out for the pass after that. Smiley on board right now, just looking for a little bit of boost on the defensive, and now Driptane with 1 goes in for the hit against Tay on the backside. Rift working this one backwards. That's going to be a pass to Reticle as Reticle just tees off on this one. A bouncing ball across the middle. Rift burns what boost they had to get to this one. It's another centered shot, way too high. Smiley pops this one out and up and away from the source of danger.
great defensive awareness coming out from Concord. That was a very tricky play for them, and there it goes.
Dude.
Whoops, I gotta just stop talking. Oh, man. No, but it was a really great offensive or great defensive push from Concord regardless. They had a very awkward time trying to figure out who the shooter was going to be for that first opportunity, and they really did play it well. They played that communication well, even when it felt like Tay or Smiley had an awkward touch. There was always that third man that was ready to come in and help them out, but UNCW is getting some good pressure on here, and like those shots coming out are just banger after banger for the Seahawks.
I mean, dripped in with 3 just by themselves. That's going to be another one inside. Reticle with their first in and inside. 100% efficiency there for Reticle. The insurance goal has been purchased. I was duding the first goal just because I've been there so many times, right? Like somebody coming in slow at you, balls aloft, and you just kind of pop it up and over. All that the equivalent to a dunk.
Exactly. That's a fast pinch coming out into the corner. Smiley didn't have enough boost to put that on net, but did keep that pressure back into the corner. It's going to be off the backboard. Driptane able to get a good touch, good possessive touch onto the defensive side. A pinch coming out from Concord. Almost on net, but not quite. And now over one might be a good shot opportunity. Driptane comes speeding in with a great save. Tay up in the air trying to get the beat over one, and they do. And now it's Sura has to get that touch. It isn't able to get it. Plays a little bit of interference though. That's going to slow down this play just enough for Concord to have a bit of an opportunity right there.
That's the kind of passes that we're looking for. A clear into a pass. Driptane out to the teammate. That's a solid shot made on board, but Tay is ready for it. Every way, shape, and form. Halftime coming up as Reticle takes themselves a demo. Backboard shot. Just trying to get this one centered as Driptane yet again. That's a nasty pinch. Rift knows it. Tries to play it off of their own backboard, and back at the other side of the pitch we go here at Fiat.
Back to the other side indeed. It's been a back and forth series so far, but UNCW really has been showing their strengths on offense, able to find those open nets, find those awkward touches that Concord can't really respond to. An opportunity coming out though on the offense. Tay low boost in the corner. It's just going to be Driptane with the instant challenge. Sura is trying to keep this ball on the side, but it isn't going to be just enough for that flick. Reticle able to get that, and Reticle keeping this ball high. Maybe an offensive opportunity. Pass midfield shut down by Tay immediately, and now another open net, and it's the physical play that does it. The Seahawks take a 3-goal lead in this.
Brutal. It's been a slow burn here against Concord so far. They got shut out in game number 1. They brought it so much closer back in game number 2, and now we're looking like a copy-paste of that game number 1 here in the third of this best of 7. Concord, they have just got to get the clearing game really together, right? Like Tay gets this hit, and so that's like nothing, but then right after that, again, like there's no clearance, this ball is just left in the middle. Fortunately, there is a player back there for Concord, but once again, they're playing with solo man back, and I mean, sitting on the other side of the pitch just waiting for a pass just isn't going to happen sometimes. You're essentially like leading your defense to force a 2-person disadvantage against 3.
Again, it's kind of just comes down to one of the big faults of a reactionary kind of play style is that you won't have the best coordination on offense to get the passing plays that you need. And you can see that the second man hasn't really been doing much for the Concord side outside of keeping possession into the corner. But now here's a bit of an opportunity coming out, almost a dunk. Reticle able to find the correct 50 right there to keep it out of his net, and Driptane gets the high touch to the left. Concord trying to get a bit physical right now. You saw 1 go for the demo, 2, I believe, go for UNCW right there, and now a bit of a breakaway opportunity. Smiley with a good dunk. It's going to be a shot opportunity and a little redirect. That's an unfortunate touch for Concord Esports.
Yeah, just the softest touch right there. Defensively sends this one way out, given that just how fast, how much velocity he was traveling with. 20 seconds to go right here. I'd love to see a Concord goal on board to stave off a shutout number 2, but that's not going to happen like that when you have 2 offenders coordinating, coming into ball, and nobody getting a true hit on it. Smiley at least purchases a little bit of something beautiful here. Sura came up, tried to hit Rift from behind and maybe set up the teammate here, but now it's a volleyball situation with 000s on the clock.
Yeah, and you can just tell by this matchup, this 3-0 or 3-1. Nope.
It's like, you move here, okay, we'll move over here. You take this piece, okay, well, we'll take this piece and get to exactly where we need to go forth and take a goal.
Yeah, perfectly said, Tugboat. And there's a shot opportunity. Tay
Oh
isn't able to get the flip. It's just, it is just like a perfect chess game. It's like watching two grandmasters play, but one of them has just the best luck of their lives. That was a close opportunity. Unfortunately, Tay wasn't able to get a great touch there, but UNCW really just showing how strong of a fortitude they are as a team. And Reticle now up on that possessive in the midfield. It's going to be over one, but Tay with the shutdown with a little bit of possession now, trying to get this around one, but it's Rift able to get the 50, able to sustain that pressure. Concord needs something good right here.
Driptain going for the defender. You saw that attempted demo here. Or at least a bump or something. Big boost obtained. Driptain goes up for it. And see, that's the difference right here between these two defenses, right? You literally saw Rift and Reticle like kind of move towards us for a second, but Driptain is lined up at it and he has boost, right? That was a defensive possession right there. Like they get an easy block, they get the ball out to an offender who runs down the pitch as quickly as they can, and then they transition that into this offensive possession right here. Driptain going immediately from defense and the one-man back, teammates trusting him, right? Him getting ball out and immediately gets past the ball out, like, what, 10 seconds afterwards to put up a goal.
Yeah, and it's such a good play because of how simple it is. Your team, you don't have to really put a lot of responsibility onto the second man. The second man just needs to find where the open net is and where they need to put it and just try to put it there, because that third man is going to be in the rotation. They are going to be able to sustain that pressure well, and UNCW knows that, so they're just playing confident and they're playing to their own pace. They really do have control over this game completely, especially with a 2-goal lead. They're feeling super comfortable, and now they're trying to get a bit spicy here. Driptain, bit of an awkward flip, but it does work out in the end, and that kind of just comes down to, oh, that's an open net opportunity right there, and Driptain's going to take it.
Boy.
It just comes down to making the plays when you need to.
I said two, give him two. That's Driptain on 2 of them. Already 2 shots, 2 goals, both of them off the back of some fantastic passing. Rift on this one, I do believe that was Reticle on the previous one, about 30 seconds ago or so. Concord back to a situation that they did not enjoy for the vast majority of Game 1 and 2. Or Game 1 and 3, excuse me.
And now UNCW, they have that 3-goal buffer with 3 minutes left. It is doable for Concord, but not in this shape. And now Reticle is back on that air dribble, just trying to keep up that possession. Driptain, a good light touch, but it's going to have to be saved by Rift last second, and it is. Sura not able to put enough force onto that. But now a bit on the offensive pressure. They're trying to look to get a bit more creative here. You can see off that corner, that's a good pass mid-rift, gets a good light touch. This should be a possession, and Tay off the sidewall, low boost though. This might not be the best opportunity. No one's going to be middle for Concord, and that is another open net opportunity.
I was going to say, like, UNCW is not doing a great defense right now. They've allowed like an offensive possession to go on for like 45 seconds because they didn't know the meaning of the word clear. But this one comes right across the middle, and Concord, because they are pouring it all into offense, has no one in position for that one. I like their idea. Again, we're down by 3. Got to go forth. Got to create pressure. Got to get scores on. Got to happen right now. Okay, that's fantastic there for Smiley. Absolutely love that. But you do have to split that, like, they were playing like the 99%, right? You got to split that to more like an 80-20 split of like, oh, on offense, but you really do have to leave a single player back, and they pretty much have to have at least like 35 boost to make anything happen on defense. Otherwise, it's just going to be, oh, we're attempting to score, we're attempting to score, we're attempting to score. They're going to clear it from, you know, half pitch or 3/4 pitch or something like that, and then send it all the way down to our side.
Like I said initially, oh, that's a great opportunity. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was almost a dunk straight in. But as I said initially, Concord does need a bit of luck on their side. They need some mistakes coming out from the Seahawks, and that first goal definitely was one. It was a very good dunk goal, and it was read definitely by the Concord offense. But they still need to have a bit more fling, a bit more flair into that offensive pressure and not just rely on that luck. And now it's going to be Rift with possession. He doesn't need luck. All he has is skill. Almost a pass middle, and this is actually going to be rolling towards the net, and it goes in. Second mistake from UNC Seahawks, getting a bit shaky.
Yeah, this is going to be like a real, I mean, this is exactly what the Seahawks did against Concord 30 seconds ago or so. Had a stout defense that was nice and lined up, and they're pouring everything in, and people are busy with their own little things, like an airport, right? Everybody's just paying attention to themselves here, and then it all comes down. It's like, oh wait, hang on, our net is completely open.
Yeah, airports are really, really scary because they're just so big. But you know what isn't big? This elite that UNCW has. Sura is getting a bit physical, or Tay is getting a bit physical, my bad. And Reticle gets put off the field, but now he's back, and it's going to be Smiley on the possessive. Reticle, great touch to the sideball, and Demo's coming out. UNCW responds themselves with a bit of physicality right there. Exactly what they need, because they just need to keep this lead right now. That's their only objective. Driptane nearly doing that single-handedly for them, though.
I think Stura actually spawned into the ball right there. That was pretty crazy. Like, spawned and, like, hit it right off the nose. Giving away down bottom Tay from the heavens there. But Reticle is going to come up with the follow-through. This is a Concord Esports Gray squad. Dang. They have been in this situation 3 times now, down by 3. The last minute, excuse me, not 3 times, twice now. That did not happen in the game number 2, excuse me. They have not managed to come back from this yet. But this is the last game here. This is their last gasp here in the postseason. If it's going to have to happen, it's going to have to happen right now.
And that was such a good defensive play from Concord again. They really do have a good defensive structure when they're rotating, when they're communicating, and when they feel comfortable. Because, like, that pinch down save, that was kind of crazy. Oh, here's that 6th goal for you right there.
Yep, okay.
That's going to be from Reticle, and that's probably going to secure them in this series, as this is game 4, and UNCW is up by 3 goals in this series, and with 6-2, pretty much impossible for Concord to come back.
Yeah, it is a possibility. It is within the realm of possibility. It is not likely in any way, shape, or form. It is very, very high odds, we'll say. 30 seconds to go here. Still letting this one play all the way out, and now I'm going to say it's definitively impossible. 6 seconds per score, not going to happen. Concord Esports Gray, we appreciate everything that you have done regular season, but a 3-2 victory in the regular season seems like maybe that was more of the anomaly, as it has been the University of North Carolina Wilmington Seahawks, and it has been the University of North Carolina Wilmington Seahawks all day.
Yeah, the Seahawks just have not let their foot off the gas even one bit. Yeah, there were that 2 goals scored initially from Concord Esports, where they did catch that 3rd man a bit off their guard, you know, and just not getting that rotation down from the UNC Seahawks. But overall, they just played the stronger game. UNCW just played a good, simple offensive rotation, and it worked perfectly for them. Because right there, you get the Barcelona. That's a strong way to end off the series.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Seahawks going to be putting a fantastic foot forward. Both of these teams coming off of W's as well, but it is all going to be for naught. Your name is Concord Esports Gray Squad, unfortunately. 8-2, 8-3, 9-2, whatever it ends, the result will be the same after Seahawks have put up 3 different goals. Got a couple players not willing to actually play this one all the way out. That kind of sucks. 8-2.
Yeah.
8-2. Coming back to it, we'll see who the Seahawks will be taking on here next. Because next to be on their chopping block, right? This was a very impressive performance from the Seahawks. Just an absolute shutdown. 2 shutouts.